Welcome to today's video, where we'll discuss the rising tensions between Russia and Ukraine and the potential for a sea-based war to emerge. Reports have emerged that Russia has sent its sole aircraft carrier, Admiral Kuznetsov, into the seas, raising concerns that it may be headed toward Ukraine. The Russo-Ukraine war has been ongoing for over a year now, and with no clear end in sight, both sides are exploring new strategies to gain the upper hand. Sea warfare could be the next option explored, and if Russia's Admiral Kuznetsov is indeed headed toward Ukraine, it could face serious NATO competition. Russia already considers the UK its number one enemy in its war with Ukraine, and the UK is ready to wear that as a badge of honor by doubling down on its support for Ukraine. The UK's HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, which cost a staggering $3.6 billion, is waiting and prepared to be unleashed in the event of a sea-based war. But why is Admiral Kuznetsov's destination so crucial at this time? The aircraft carrier recently left its specially built dry dock at the Severomorsk Naval Shipyard in Russia's northwestern Murmansk region. It was sent to the dry dock in May 2022 after 3 years of ongoing work to address the many issues the carrier had faced, from a 70-ton crane crash to a fatal fire outbreak and being responsible for spilling 300 tons of oil into the ocean. The aircraft carrier's destination is a particularly curious topic, with discussions on whether it's headed to Ukraine. It was crucial in the war in Syria, where it helped Russia take out targets in helpful numbers. This was the first time the aircraft carrier had ever participated in combat operations, and Ukraine could be its next experience-gathering expedition. If Admiral Kuznetsov is indeed headed toward Ukraine, there is something for Ukraine and its allies to worry about. This Russian aircraft carrier has massive capabilities, and up against a massive NATO aircraft carrier from the US or UK, it would still stand its ground to showcase the might of Russian sea power. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe and hit the like button for more great content. The Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier is a 1,000-foot-long ship with a displacement of 58,000 tons that can carry up to 30 to 40 aircraft at a time. It is armed to the teeth with armaments designed to disintegrate even the largest aircraft carriers. The carrier wields 24 rotary-style vertical launch systems, each with 8 missiles. These cells can fire in rapid succession, and the 192 S-300 Gauntlet point air defense missiles that the aircraft carrier has on board make it an even more formidable opponent. The Admiral Kuznetsov is also fitted with multiple AK-630 cannons and cached-in missile close-in weapon systems that combine to detect and destroy short-range incoming missiles and enemy aircraft that have somehow managed to penetrate the outer defenses. Then there are also the pair of UDAV-1 anti-submarine and anti-torpedo rocket systems, but all of these only serve as opening acts for the real offensive punch of the Admiral Kuznetsov, its 12 Su-33 fighter jets. The Su-33 fighter jets are formidable aircraft that can carry out air-to-air and air-to-surface missions, and they would be a significant threat to any enemy aircraft carriers or ships. Admiral Kuznetsov's aircraft can also refuel mid-flight, meaning they can operate far from home bases for extended periods. The potential deployment of Admiral Kuznetsov to the Ukrainian conflict would raise the stakes significantly. NATO's response would be critical to preventing a wider conflict, and the UK's HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier would be crucial. The P-700 supersonic anti-ship missile. The P-700 supersonic anti-ship missile, nicknamed the Shipwreck, is a significant threat to NATO's naval assets. At 15,500 pounds, each missile weighs the same as a combat-figured F-5E Tiger II jet and can fly at more than twice the speed of sound. It can deal with earthquake destruction with a 1,600-pound fuel-air conventional or nuclear warhead. Any successfully struck target of the P-700 missile will be blown to smithereens. With these capabilities, Admiral Kuznetsov, a Russian aircraft carrier, is a major worry for NATO. In response, NATO has 5 massive aircraft carriers of its own and 17 powerful aircraft carriers distributed in allied countries worldwide, all ready to strike within a minute's notice. The HMS Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier. One of these aircraft carriers is the HMS Queen Elizabeth, the lead ship of the Queen Elizabeth class of aircraft carriers. It's the UK's most advanced aircraft carrier, named after Queen Elizabeth I. It was conceived on May 20, 2008, when its creation was ordered. The HMS Queen Elizabeth can carry up to 40 aircraft, including F-35B Lightning II Joint Strike Fighters and Merlin helicopters. It's equipped with state-of-the-art radar and communication systems, and its propulsion system can generate enough energy to power a small city. It's also the first Royal Navy vessel designed and built specifically for the 21st century. As a result, the HMS Queen Elizabeth is a significant asset for NATO and the UK. It's capable of dominating the battlefield and securing victory for the Allied forces and their close ally, Ukraine. NATO's heightened force posture. In light of Russia's ongoing war on Ukraine, NATO has maintained a heightened force posture. 5 of its aircraft carriers, from 4 countries, are sailing in bodies of water around Europe. NATO says that these simultaneous deployments have provided a valuable opportunity to demonstrate its procedures for coordinating disparate activities of many major naval assets, just as it might do in a high-end conflict. The aircraft carriers involved in NATO's reported demonstration include the USS Gerald Ford and Nimitz-class carrier USS George H.W. Bush from the US, the Cavour from Italy, the Charles de Gaulle from France, and the HMS Queen Elizabeth from the UK. If the American supercarriers were to go on leave, the HMS Queen Elizabeth would be the leader to remain and take the fight to the Russians. So we can understand that the P-700 supersonic anti-ship missile is a significant threat to NATO's naval assets, including Admiral Kuznetsov. The HMS Queen Elizabeth is the UK's most advanced aircraft carrier, and its capabilities make it a valuable asset for NATO and the Allied forces. With NATO maintaining a heightened force posture in response to Russia's ongoing war on Ukraine, the HMS Queen Elizabeth is vital in these preparations. The assembly. Let's start with the assembly of the HMS Queen Elizabeth, which is so massive that it had to take place in 6 major UK shipyards: BAE Systems surface ships in Glasgow, Babcock at Appledore, Babcock and Rosyth, A&P Tyne in Hebburn, BAE at Fort Smith, and Camel Laird at Birkenhead. It took 12 years after it was ordered. Still, the HMS Queen Elizabeth was finally introduced into service with the Royal Navy in 2020, resulting in a massive leap in the overall capabilities of the service. Size and propulsion. Of the standout features of the HMS Queen Elizabeth is its massive size, which enables up to 1,600 military personnel to travel at a time. The ship's integrated electric propulsion system also thrusts the aircraft carrier almost 12,000 miles worldwide at a maximum speed of 32 knots. Aircraft. The HMS Queen Elizabeth is designed to carry around 40 aircraft on a standard mission. However, in a not-so-normal task, as many aircraft as possible may be required, and the aircraft carrier capacity can jump 80% to host up to 72 aircraft. These aircraft would include helicopters such as the anti-submarine Merlin HM-2, the Merlin Crow's Nest, the Merlin HC-4, Wildcat AH-1, Royal Air Force Chinooks, and Army Air Corps Apaches. The Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning II, the most intelligent, most advanced fighter any aircraft carrier could have. The Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning II would also be on board the HMS Queen Elizabeth. This fighter is a single-seat all-weather stealth multi-role combat aircraft capable of air superiority missions, strike missions, electronic warfare, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. It is packed with the most advanced armament that enables the fighter to make an explosive impact in any conflict. The most intelligent avionics allows the soldier to sense data from the other side of the planet. A powerful power plant enables the fighter to fly at a top speed of Mach 1.6 across a maximum range of 1,700 miles and to a service ceiling of 50,000 feet. The biggest standout feature of this standout aircraft is its unique ability for short takeoff and vertical landing, thanks to the integration of the award-winning integrated lift-fan propulsion system. Weapons. The HMS Queen Elizabeth is protected by escorts such as frigates and patrol vessels in low-risk areas and protected in higher-risk areas by the Type 45 destroyer, built specially to turn high-risk areas into Disneyland, whether by its mere presence or by unleashing its power to the full extent. Besides escorts, the supercarrier wields 30mm automated small-caliber guns, the Phalanx closing weapon system for anti-aircraft and anti-missile defense, and multiple miniguns for use against fast attack vehicles. To efficiently and speedily use these weapons, the aircraft carrier incorporates a sophisticated handling and deployment system for air weapons known as the Highly Mechanized Weapon Handling System. With this system, the HMS Queen Elizabeth operates about 600% faster than any previous Royal Navy. Thanks for tuning in to learn about the UK's latest billion-dollar aircraft carrier, ready to beat Russia.
This state-of-the-art carrier is a true marvel of modern engineering, and its impact on international relations cannot be overstated.
Keep an eye on the horizon for further developments, and we'll see you next time on our channel for more exciting news and updates.